Honourable Member for Calgary, Montrose.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as someone that is concerned about the effects of Budget 2011 and the effects it may have on the classroom, my questions to the Minister are whether or not the following ideas that could possibly prevent cuts that affect students in the classroom have been explored. First of all, Minister, have you considered reducing from 4% to 3% the amount of money school boards can devote to headquarter and trustee expenses?
Honourable Minister of Education.
No, Mr. Speaker, we haven't at a provincial level considered changing the guidelines which provide for up to 4% for urban boards and up to 6% for rural boards. It is an area which could be looked at, but quite frankly, I would expect as Minister, and we would expect as a provincial government, that each board would look at their administrative expenses, try to keep their administrative expenses as low as possible in order to direct as many resources as possible to the classroom.
Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My second question, some claim that year-round schooling has the potential to reduce costs by requiring less capital and operational dollars. Mr. Minister, has that been explored further in these circumstances?
Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, there are a number of projects around the province looking at different ways of doing schooling, and I think it's incumbent on school boards to look and talk about issues within their communities as to how you might better provide an educational program for students in that area. I think that has to be first and foremost. But certainly there are educational benefits to year-round schooling in terms of educational outcomes for some students. And in fact, we do have a considerable amount of school capital around the province, which could be better utilized perhaps if we could look at longer days and using it for more months. That wouldn't mean that every student would have to go all day in a longer day, nor that every student would have to go every month in a longer year. But you could use your capital better if you looked at those opportunities.
Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My last question to the same Minister. Minister, although we have many different school boards, we have one taxpayer in the province. So have we explored the simple idea of bulk purchasing? For example, we spend about $35 million on textbooks alone each year and large sums of money on technology. What have we done to pursue bulk purchasing at a provincial level?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, through the Learning Resources Centre annually, we not only buy textbooks in bulk, but we also, to a certain extent, subsidize the cost of those books for school boards across the province. But I do think we need to do a better job. Whether we do it as a provincial government, whether we do it through the School Boards Association or through just a conglomerate of school boards, at looking at how we purchase technology, how we purchase technology licensing, how we make provision for cloud computing, those sorts of things which could, I think, have incredible benefit for boards, not only in terms of the services that they get, but also the cost of the services.
Honourable Member for